Welcome to Stay Focused, Focus Real Estate's weekly video blog. Is that too much? Welcome to Stay Focused, Focus Real Estate's weekly video blog, and I'm Erik Gould.
I'm Randal Enkelman.
And we have the honor of being here today in front of the beautiful Jamaica Pond with Mary Hickie from the Emerald Necklace Conservancy.
That's right.
So welcome, Mary.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so if you could just tell us a little bit about who is the Emerald Necklace Conservancy?
So the Emerald Necklace Conservancy was formed in 1998, and really the primary issue for them at the time was around the Muddy River, which of course runs from Jamaica Pond all the way down into the Back Bay fence. It started as just an organization of volunteers, and it has grown tremendously since then. And really we are here to advocate, to help maintain, to inspire people to use the parks, and get as many people as possible into the parks of the Emerald Necklace, of which there are 6.
So the Emerald Necklace Conservancy would be kind of the lead organization for the parks in Boston?
Yes, you could think of it as kind of an umbrella organization,
okay.
And we work as closely as possible with not only our park partners, who would be Boston Parks and Rec, Brookline Parks and Open Space, and DCR, but also with all the local organizations. I mean, we are so lucky to have a number of organizations along the whole length of the Emerald Necklace, like the Jamaica Pond Association, Friends of Jamaica Pond, Jamaica Hills Association, all the way down to the MFA and the Back Bay Fence, and many organizations in between, all of whom contribute enormously to how these parks are kept up and how well they're used.
So you mentioned that in 1998 the Emerald Necklace Conservancy was formed, and it was formed around the Muddy River?
Well, that was its sort of primary target, if you like.
And that's very
at that
interesting
time.
because we're seeing so much of that come to kind of fruition now.
That's right.
With the Muddy River
improvements and
Yes,
beautification.
Exactly. So we've just had, as of last summer, we had completion of phase 1 of the Muddy River restoration, which is being done by the Army Corps of Engineers. And that actually daylighted part of the river that had been buried underground in what was the old Sears parking lot at the Landmarks building.
Right. Yeah, so anybody that's
downtown,
driven up the riverway and gotten onto what is that Boylston Street, and you have to make that jog.
That's right.
With that little parcel of land there, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said that was phase 1.
That was
what
phase
happens
1.
next, and how many phases are there with that project?
So there's a phase 2, which is now in design, and that will primarily be the dredging of the river all the way down into the Back Bay Fens towards Charles Gate, so that the capacity of the river, which is really the purpose of this whole thing, so we don't have another repeat of 1996, I think, was the bad one where it got into Kenmore T Station.
Right.
And this is going to give the river additional capacity for all of that. Yeah.
Interesting. So as much fun as dredging the Muddy River can possibly be for us and all of our viewers, you also are involved in a lot of really fun things. We were very proud to sponsor the summer concert series this year, with the concerts on Pine Bank and
the Allerton Overlook.
That's right. Yeah. Yes. So we did the first half of our series down at Allerton, and the second half of our series right here on the Pine Bank Promontory, which is a fabulous location, especially for movies where the bowl is. And we get a wonderful turnout every year, and this year was no exception. We had a fantastic finish to the series at the end of August. We had a wonderful headliner in Melissa Perrick, and it just drew enormous crowds, as we always hope for. So this year was
it's such a great space to sit and enjoy
it's
a
fantastic.
concert. Yeah.
We have many, many volunteer events. Our big volunteer event is in the spring with the Muddy River cleanup.
Yep, and that's
we
participated in that this year, all along here.
Yeah. I mean, we get several hundred people for that. Plus, it's in the river and it's down on the Esplanade. It's all over the city.
Yeah.
So that's sort of our big volunteer event, but we have regular volunteer events. And if anybody is interested, particularly in roses, every Tuesday night we do Tuesdays with Roses in the Kelleher Rose Garden in the Back Bay Fence.
Oh, really?
So you can come help us deadhead and clean the beds and keep it all looking fantastic.
Wonderful.
Rose
So
Kennedy would be proud.
So www.emeraldnecklace.org.
Exactly.
Great.
Yes,
Great.
and there, of course, you can donate to our organization, which we're always grateful for.
And Focus Real Estate's a proud sponsor. We sponsored the summer series in the park this past year, and look forward to doing that again.
Yeah.
So
I remember seeing your name on the back of our T-shirts. It was great.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today, Mary.
It was a
This has
pleasure.
been very enlightening, and we're again glad that you are here and supporting our parks, and we're glad to be a part
grateful
of it.
for the work that you're doing to kind of keep all these beautiful open spaces beautiful and open. So.
And please come out into the parks.
Yeah. Thanks, Mary, for joining us today. We really appreciate it. And just want to say to our watchers, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook. And until next time, stay tuned
and stay focused.